Okay, so we're going to be talking about what makes an offer irresistible, more specifically in terms of the marketing aspect of it. So, whether you're running a direct response ad or whatever it might be, this is typically in terms of getting the person from, hey, I don't know you exist, to seeing you for the first time. This is how you get somebody to take that next step when they see your ad for the first time, when they see your messaging for the first time, whatever it might be. Okay? If you can do some of these things well, then you'll have a sales problem, right? Like learn how to close. But this is going to be how to properly attract the right people into your funnel. So, number one, proper understanding of the sought out outcome. This is the most important thing. Without this, you're just shooting blanks and you're guessing, right? If you know exactly what somebody wants from you, then all you have to do is tell them, this is what I'll do for you. So, this is typically the hardest part because one, you don't know until you know. And so that's where data becomes invaluable. You just need it. You need data to be able to make these offers. And so that's why typically the best type of ads are the ones where you've personally lived through an experience and now you're able to transmit the message of how you went from A to Z. So those type of offers, when people run an offer because they've been in that situation, people will feel connected to it and feel like the person understands them. So as soon as you can understand the sought out outcome, everything else is reverse engineerable, if you will. Number two, understanding the reason your ICP is not already at their ideal state. So you want to be able to identify that this is the outcome and this is where they currently are. But now it's one thing to understand what they want, it's another to understand why they aren't already there. That's how you develop your pain points. So you can say, hey, you want to be at 50 jobs a month, but the reason you're not there is because you have inconsistent marketing, you have, shitty show up rates, whatever the pain points might be. Once you're able to understand what those pain points are from holding them from getting to that sought out outcome, that's when you can really nail them down. So I would say that these two things, off the bat, like if you have these two things, you'd have to be stupid to not be able to make money. The next is backing your risk reversal with real math. So I'm not going to sit here and just tell you, throw in a risk reversal. Everybody can throw one in, especially with AI nowadays. You just search it up. But when your risk reversal is genuinely logical, what happens is that people understand that. Like you're on a sales call or even just transmitting in your marketing message, and you understand that XYZ industry has a 10% close rate. You can just reverse engineer that into your guarantee, and by transmitting that you understand and why you've ideated your risk reversal in the manner that you have, that's going to transmit that you know what you're doing. So just throwing a risk reversal doesn't mean anything anymore. And in fact, like when you overshoot or undershoot it, what happens is that the right people will not listen. And then you're only attracting dumbasses who are just like susceptible to poor marketing messages and scams. So there is an importance of having a logically sound risk reversal. The next is positioning yourself in the market. Why are you worth listening to? And this ties back into proper understanding of the sought out outcome. This is why I say when you personally either have an ample amount of data or have personally experienced what you are trying to sell, right? Being able to understand that people buy from people they like, know, and trust. If you can't do any of those, at least be the person they can trust, okay? Because money flows when there's trust. So if you can position yourself in a way where you explain that, hey, like I've been in this exact situation, people will listen, right? And then the next and the final one is understanding the language, okay? So if I'm running an offer for a roofer compared to a, engineering firm compared to a financial advisory, I'm going to use different language, and you can do everything on this list properly, but if you mess up your language, it just kills credibility. And you have to think of an ad, that short span of messaging, as real estate. It's valuable real estate in what you're trying to convey in terms of your message. And so your language needs to be able to not kill your trust, at the very least, not kill your trust. And so I would say that if you can do these, 1, 2, 5 things, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.